What's going on, guys? Craig here. I was thinking about this morning, I was thinking about a question that I was asked by my brother. It was a little while back, maybe a couple months ago, but I got a question from him. We were hanging out and I was telling him about my work life and the things that I was working on online and dealing with in the home and all the things that I had been getting done as of late. And he was like, man, it's like you're like one of those guys that just seems like you have more time in the day than the rest of us. You get more done. Like you just have more time. Like how do you do that? And I did a video yesterday for the guys in the Fraternity of Excellence where I talked about the importance of striving to become better every single day than we were the day before. And I also laid out a plan on how to do that. And a big part of becoming better each and every day, being able to go into tomorrow and looking back on today feeling satisfied that we did the things we needed to do today to make us better. The way that we have to do that is we have to be mindful of our time. We have to be men who are not like all the normies around us, who are not like all the guys who don't have enough time to get things done, because we all have enough time. We all have the same amount of time. And so the difference in the men who get things done, the men who appear to have more time in their day and who get the things done that need to be done, it's not a matter of them actually having more time. What it is that they are better at managing their time. They use their time more wisely. And while I'm not perfect at that, I am intentional about that. And I believe that does make a very big difference in my life. It is a huge boon for me that I am able to use my time effectively, that I am able to get the most out of my days, or close to the most out of my days. And so I want to talk a few ways about how I do that, because I want you guys to have that same experience. You know, I get asked a lot by guys why my life is so good. Why am I successful? And while I would not consider myself the epitome of success, I am happy. I have a good life. I enjoy my family. I enjoy my wife. I enjoy my kids. For the most part, I enjoy my job, my day job. I love what I'm doing online. I love the guys I have following me. I love the interactions I have with them. Life is good. I don't have many complaints, but I know a lot of you out there, you can't say the same thing. And so when I get asked, what is it that allows me to have the kind of life that I have, there are a few different factors to that. But one of the big reasons that I have a life that I have the good life that I have is that I'm mindful about using my time most effectively. And one of the biggest reasons that is so effective as a means of optimizing one's life is because it organizes you. It organizes your life. It purges out the chaos that creeps in when you're not mindful with your time. When you're not mindful with your time, things that are not effective, things that are not in alignment with your goals are going to creep in. And when you are not acting in alignment with your convictions, you are not going to have a good life. Your soul is going to scream out at you. It is going to erode away, and it is going to tell you, you are not feeding me. You are not living in a way that is going to be fruitful for you, and you need to quit. You need to move a different direction. You need to walk a different path. But when you're mindful about your time and you use it well, the opposite is true. You are content. You are satisfied. Even if you haven't achieved what it is you want to achieve, you can rest at night knowing that you've done the things that you need to do to get to where you want to go. And so here are a few things that I do. A few things that I do that have allowed me to be successful because of the way that I use my time. So one, I don't waste time arguing with people online. That is a huge time sink and emotion sink, and it typically doesn't get you anywhere. If you're going to be posting content online, speak your piece and move on. There's no reason to argue with guys. Now, when I say argue, I'm talking about argue. I'm talking about when somebody comments about something that you've written, they maybe say something that you disagree with, and you're arguing with them. Now, if somebody genuinely reaches out to you and they want an answer, if someone genuinely is reaching out for help, that's great. Spend your time there, at least a little bit of time. Add value to the life of somebody who needs it. There's nothing wrong with that. But we get so caught up arguing with people over Trump's policies or some other issue that is really inconsequential to our day-to-day lives, when we could be using that time to focus on other things. I'm telling you, I see people on Twitter that literally spend, or Facebook, they spend hours every single day, and it's really not any value to them. It's simply a matter of a way that they're passing the time and investing emotions in things that aren't going to really bring much value to their own lives. So I don't argue online. Number two, I have a plan. Every single day, whether it's written down or just in my head, I have a plan of what's going to happen. For instance, today I'm driving to work right now. Big ticket items on my work list for today, and I'm having an hour-long procurement meeting about best practices because my team has been failing a little bit in some areas in terms of the way that we buy materials and track our costs around that. And so I'm taking ownership over that. I called a meeting. I have a list of bullet points that we're going to cover and some new tools that I'm rolling out for them. I have to take a trip over to a new building. We're moving buildings at work to a new office. It's actually right down the street from where we're currently at. That's on the list. I know that has to get done, so I need to go over there. I'm going to review that building, log any risks that I see with going there and things that we might need to be mindful of to take care of before or shortly after we move in there. I have some labels that I have to get done for a cabinet to certify it before it goes out from our shop, and then the other miscellaneous things that go on throughout the day. Now, after work, I just bought this car that I'm riding in. I need to go and get it licensed. I'm still packing up to move. We move tomorrow. There's still some things that need to be boxed up and cleaned up around the house, so that's what's gonna take part of my day at home. One of the things that I promised my kids is that I would take them to our favorite local restaurant because we are moving about 25 miles away. So I have my day planned out. I planned to do this video before I left the house this morning. And if you don't plan your day, again, your day will get away from you. You will be sucked into activities that are not going to be in alignment with the things that you absolutely need to get done, or that you need to get done if you're going to get the most out of life. So that is probably the biggest thing that I do, is that I plan my day. And the other thing that I do that I think a lot of guys are completely missing is that I set a vision for my life. Again, the video that I did for the Fraternity of Excellence yesterday, I talked about this. But I set a vision for my life. I know where I want it to go. I have an idea, a trajectory of the things that I want to accomplish, and then I set a plan to get there. If you don't have that, how can you plan what you're going to do or how to best spend your time if you have not yet identified what your ideal life looks like? So take some time, consider that, write that down. I think Jordan Peterson's self-authoring program kind of walks you through this process. I've never done it, but take some time, even if it's just an hour or two, write down some bullet points about where do you want to be 1 year, 5 years, 10 years from now. And then after you've done that, you need to list out a set of tasks that's going to be required to get there. And from there, you do those tasks every single day or every week, depending on the tasks. You have to manage your time, right? You gotta know what frequency with which you need to be doing different activities. But you have to set those tasks. If you're not listing those tasks, if you don't know what they are, you're never going to be successful. You're never going to optimize your life. So guys, stop wasting time. I feel like guys are so enamored with entertainment. They want to play video games. They want to mess around on social media. They want to play games on their phone. They want to watch sports for hours every week. These things are not going to make you successful. They're not going to take you to the top 10 percentile of men. It just isn't going to happen. If you want to be in the top 10 percentile, you got to be doing what the other 90% aren't doing. And the other 90%, they're wasting time arguing online. They're wasting time watching sports. They don't have a vision for their life. They are not setting tasks every day that are critical to achieving the vision that they set for themselves. They're not doing these things. So if you want to be exceptional, you have to be mindful of your time. So that's all I have, guys. If you have any questions about this, you can hit me up on Twitter at Masculine Design. Leave me a comment below the video. I'm here to help you. And the way that I can do that, and the way each of us can do that, is by adding value, by giving advice based on the things that have worked for us. And the ideas that I've discussed here this morning, this has worked immensely for me, and I know it will for you as well if you put it into practice. So that's it for now, guys. Until next time, this is Craig from thefamilyalpha.com. I'm out.